I'm not quite ready. Just give me a few more seconds, and then I will be with you. Don't worry, nothing is wrong. I am still alive. Yes, I think we're ready. It sounds like I'm at the dentist, but I'm not, honestly. I'm definitely not at the dentist. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Are we ready? Yes, I think we are. Look at the view. Isn't it a lovely day today? It certainly is. So my neighbours are cutting their bushes with their noisy machines. I have aeroplanes flying over. In fact, everything is going on today. But it doesn't matter because I have my coffee in front of me. I have my lovely fresh cup of coffee, very sweet, very strong, with just a little bit of milk, just the way I like it. But look, the view today is very nice. It is a lovely day, everything is okay, and I hope you are happy and feeling good today as well. But the big question is, where are you, Mr. Duncan? Where are you? Here I am. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope you are happy. It has been chaotic here today. So first of all, Mr. Steve was doing lots of things in the bathroom. I don't know what he was doing, but he was in there for ages this morning, and I was waiting to get ready to do my live stream. So that's one of the reasons why. Also, he's not here today. He's gone to see his mummy, so he's gone to get his bottle filled. When you get your bottle filled, it means you go to your mother and she gives you lots of cuddles and lots of love. I wonder what that feels like. And I'm here once again. Yes, I was here yesterday as well. Can you believe it? I've been doing so many live streams over the past few days. And here it is, just to prove that I am good to my word. Look at that. There is my lovely foamy cup of coffee. So I might be drinking my coffee first of all. I need my little boost this morning because apparently a lot of people say that I make the best coffee in the world. I don't know how true it is, but apparently I do make the best coffee in the whole world. It's true. That is actually quite nice. Hello to everyone on the live stream. We have someone first on the live chat. I'm being attacked by insects. Hello to Wissal. Hello, Wissal Zaidi. Wissal Zaidi. Hello to you. And you are first on the live chat. I will put my coffee down so I can give you a lovely round of applause. Can you see how generous I am? I'm even willing to give up my coffee just so I can give you a round of applause. So I hope you enjoyed that. Also, Tias is here. Hello, Tias. Nice to see you as well today on the live chat. It's lovely to have your company. Mika is here as well. Don't forget, this is just a short live stream today. Short live stream today. Long live stream tomorrow. Yes, I am with you tomorrow. You can catch me on Saturday and Sunday every weekend with my live lessons. So don't forget, every weekend I am here with you, and I am back tomorrow as well. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, you can. Also, you can email me, and if you would like to make a lovely donation to help my work continue forever and ever, don't forget, I do all of this for free, so I don't charge you for it. It doesn't cost you anything. So if you would like to make a little donation, there is the address right there. Beep, 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 beep. And of course, we are here today with you on the live chat. I was out and about yesterday. I was taking a lovely walk yesterday. I decided to go out into the countryside, and I had a lovely walk. And yes, I did a live stream as well yesterday. It was rather nice. I was standing in a large field on my own, talking to the world, and it was very exciting. Hello also to Mika. Hello, Mika. Grace Chin. Nice to see you with me again. Also, Luis Mendez is with us all again. Lots of regular viewers. Of course, if it is your first time here today, don't be shy. Give it a try. Say, Mr. Duncan, it's my first time here on the live stream. So don't be shy. Give it a try. You never know, you might like it. Thanks also to Abdi. Hello, Abdi. Hello, Omar. Martha is here in Poland. Nice to see you here as well. Let me just have a look down the live chat. Wow, so many people on already. Hello also to Palmyra. As usual, you have some great greenery behind you. When we say greenery, we mean nature, especially things that have leaves. So quite often we will describe this sort of environment as greenery. Greenery. And as you can see behind me, there is lots of greenery. Hello, Louis. Also, my father and mum are okay. My mum and father are okay. Thank you, Belarusia, for letting us know. I'm always interested to find out what is happening in your life. Hi, dear Mr. Duncan, live from the heart of England. Yes, I am in my little garden in the UK, talking to you live on a Saturday. I will be going into town later on. Even though Mr. Steve isn't here today, I will still be going into town. I have to go and collect the bread, because we always buy our bread locally. We like to try and support local businesses if we can. So we always buy our bread from the local shops. That is a gorgeous cup of tea. The other thing I prefer when I have coffee, I don't like to have skimmed milk. Ugh. Skimmed milk in coffee is awful. So what I like to have is full milk. So we always buy some full cream milk from town. And then you can put that in your coffee, and the coffee tastes delicious. It really does. Pachu is here. Hello, Pachu. Nice to see you here again today. I still can't understand movies and some documents. So I suppose by documents you mean things that are written down. Documents. So, Janelle, well, you can understand this. If you can understand me, and if you can read the captions, don't forget there are live captions. Live captions. There are. So if you click C on your keyboard, you will find live captions. I love it. I really do. Mika says, what a lovely view. It is. It's lovely here today. And I had a nice time yesterday as well, talking to you live on my lovely walk. Hello, Palmyra. Yes, Also, Janelle says, thanks a lot. How do I do well in IELTS? I failed it. Well, the problem is if you fail your IELTS, it doesn't mean that it's over forever. It doesn't mean that's it. It doesn't mean you will never pass. Quite often, and I know this from experience, from talking to students in the past, that some students do fail their IELTS or their TOEFL, and they go back and do it again. And maybe they are not successful the second time, so they do it again. And maybe the third time, they do succeed. I think the most important thing is understanding your weaknesses. So try to find out where you are weak in English, the things that you need to improve, and then concentrate on those things. Hello, Connell. Nice to see you. Palmyra is here. Also, where is the origin of tea? Well, a lot of tea originally came from China. Pat Chu, thank you very much for saying hello as well. Tias is here. Also, Pitage is here as well. Nice to see you here again, Mr. Duncan. Not too bad. Yes, my coffee is lovely. I need my cup of coffee today because I was feeling a little sleepy, a little tired this morning. And then I was rushing around because Mr. Steve was in the bathroom. I don't know what he was doing in there, but he was in there for ages. So I was knocking on the door. I was saying, come on, Mr. Steve, hurry up. I have to get ready for my live stream. So anyway, I'm here. Even though there were some technical problems, but that was my fault because I was rushing. And that is one of the problems. When you rush, when you try to do things too quickly, you know what happens. You make mistakes. And that's what was happening with me this morning. I was trying to do everything quickly. I was rushing around, and you know what happens. You always make mistakes. And that is something that we can all learn from, because we all make mistakes. We sometimes fail. We sometimes get things wrong. But that doesn't mean that you give up. No, it doesn't. Shiraz is here. Hello, Shiraz. Where are you watching at the moment? Hello to Michael. Good morning. Could you make another lesson about a psychological subject? In the past, you've made very good lessons about stress and worry. That is true. We were talking about this yesterday on my live stream in the field. So yesterday I was walking and talking to you from a lovely large field, and we were talking about my lessons, the lessons I've done in the past. And some of you were saying, oh, Mr. Duncan, we like certain lessons. We like your psychological lessons. We like your lessons where you talk about emotions or things that have a very deep meaning. So yes, I have done that in the past. I do like talking about things that are very deep and meaningful. Sometimes I worry, and this is another thing I said yesterday. Sometimes I worry that I might be a little bit boring. So that's one of the problems. Especially when I realise that maybe I don't have many people watching. Maybe that's something to do with it. Maybe I am too boring for YouTube. What do you think? Hello also to Bilal. Hello, Bilal. How can we improve English? You improve English by practicing, repeating, improving your listening. And as I said yesterday, you have to create an environment where you have English around you. I know sometimes that isn't easy, but it is a very good way of improving your English and also getting used to the sound of English. Some people say the hardest part is actually Some people say the hardest part of learning English is speaking the language, because you need to not only develop your sense of cognitive sense. So when we talk about cognitive sense, we mean the way you think, the way the brain and the rest of your body is acting. So quite often we need to use lots of things in our body, lots of parts of our body to do something. So speaking involves many things. Speaking involves using this, but also using this at the same time. And sometimes that is not easy. Even I have problems doing that sometimes. Hello to Hamad. Greetings, Mr. Duncan. Can you clarify the use of compromise in a sentence? Well, compromise or compromising is a very interesting part of life. Sometimes you can't have what you want in this world. Sometimes you want this, but unfortunately you can only get that. So you have to compromise. So when you compromise, it means you settle for something that isn't quite what you want. You want gold, but you can only afford silver. So you have silver. You compromise. You compromise. So maybe you agree to do something that isn't quite what you want, or something that isn't quite up to your expectations. A good example, of course, is when you look for a new house, or when you look for somewhere to live. So if you are looking for a place to live, quite often you will have to compromise. You will have to make compromises. So maybe you want a large house with a swimming pool and a big garden, but maybe you can't afford that, or maybe you can't find that particular house. So sometimes you have to compromise. You have to make adjustments to fit the circumstances. Compromise. So quite often in life we have to make compromises. You will have to compromise when you are spending money. Maybe you want to spend a lot of money, but you don't have a lot of money. So you can't spend a lot of money. So you must compromise. You must compromise. So to compromise means to settle for something that's slightly less, or something that is not up to the standard that you really wanted. You Shine. Hello, You Shine, watching in Myanmar. I am Burmese. Yes, a lot of people still call Myanmar Burma, especially here in the UK. So you might hear a lot of people in the UK talk about Myanmar, but they will actually say Burma instead, because that is the previous name of the country. So now it is known as Myanmar. Hello to You Shine, and a big hello to everyone watching in Myanmar. Hello also to Talal. Hello Talal. Could you let me know if there is an app or program for practicing speaking with Automatically Reporter? Oh, I see. I think what you mean, is there an application that can judge your English? I'm not sure if one exists. There are many apps that you can buy to look for words and definitions, and of course you can hear the word being pronounced. But I'm not sure if there is an English app that you can get that will actually score your English. Certainly when you're speaking anyway, certainly when you are actually talking, I think it's very difficult. But maybe if you are writing or answering questions that are written, then I think maybe yes. But I think spoken English, I still think that is a very hard thing to judge, because you really do need a human being to listen and judge how well you speak and how clearly you are speaking, and whether your grammar is correct or not. So yes, maybe that is something for the future. Maybe in the future you will have a virtual teacher on your computer screen. Not a real one like me. So at the moment I don't think there is anything. Hello also to TS. I'm happy because you do a live stream almost every day. I'm happy because I can watch your lessons at my leisure, during my leisure time. And I'm happy because I have so many, or so much, I have so much leisure time nowadays. I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of leisure time. So yes, TS, I'm glad you are enjoying my regular live streams. I have been doing quite a few. Hello, Ram Zanura. Hello again. Mr. Duncan, I couldn't watch you yesterday. I couldn't watch your live stream yesterday. However, just before I watched, it's very useful. And I learned many new words. Thank you very much. And don't forget, you can have live captions. So if you are watching live now on Saturday at 25 past midday in the UK, you can actually have live captions. So as I speak, you will see the words come on the screen, which I think is fantastic. It's an amazing piece of technology, I must say. I never search for captions, but on my phone or iPad, I don't know where it is. But I think I have no need because Mr. Duncan speaks perfectly. Thank you, Palmyra. Well, you can also have captions on your iPad or on your Android device. You have to go to the settings, which are in the corner. So normally the settings for your smartphone are normally up there in the corner. So normally up there. So normally there are settings on your smartphone. And then if you go to the settings, you can actually activate captions. Amazing. Sassy or Sassy is here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I hope you are fine. I'm not too bad today. Not too bad. A little tired, which is why I'm drinking my cup of coffee right now. It is starting to go cold. By the way, today the weather is lovely. Last night it was freezing, but today the weather is quite nice. But last night I was absolutely freezing. My poor feet were so cold. Hello, Rose. Rosebush. Hello, Rose. Mr. Duncan, I am from Egypt and you look great as usual. Do you have a happy emoji on your shirt? Yes, I do. A lot of people like this t-shirt. I will show you. I will stand back and let you see my t-shirt. So there it is. And as you can see, the weather is gorgeous today. We are having such a beautiful day here in the UK. It is very nice. Kanokon is here. Hello to you. Where are you watching at the moment? Thailand. I think maybe you are in Thailand. Bayan or Bayan. I have a question. Can you explain the past participle tense? I don't understand it clearly in school. Well, when you participate, it means do. So if you participate in something, then you are doing it. But of course, if you are talking about something you've done in the past, that is when we use the past participle. So something that you are doing now, you are participating in, hence the word. So a participle means something that you are doing at that time. So it is a word that describes you're doing something. And a past participle is something you have done in the past. So I hope that explains it. But when you participate, so the word participate literally means take part. You are active in a certain occupation or a certain hobby or a certain sport. You are taking part in it. You are doing it. Juan Carlos. That is a very interesting question, by the way. Let me just see if I can understand the question. I have a question for you all. Are you the owner of your minds? Ooh, your mind. Can you not think like monkeys? Now you are thinking in what animal? Then are you the very owner? I'm not quite sure what you are asking there, but I think the basic question is, are you the owner of your own mind? Can you think for yourself? Maybe that is what Juan is asking. I think so. I'm not sure about monkeys. I'm not sure about that, but sometimes I think we should all think a little bit more. We should think a little bit more about the world around us. Maybe we should think a little bit more about each other as well. Corey asks, Mr. Duncan, hello from France. A big bonjour to you. Writing is the hardest part of an IELTS. I only got 5. Well, from when we are talking about writing, maybe you are writing something as an answer to a question, to something that you have listened to. So again, this is another part of the IELTS test which can be very difficult, and sometimes it can catch people out. So don't forget, during an exam, they don't just want you to show that you know English, they also want you to show that you can use English. You can use English. So from here to here and also to here. So English is not just about knowing words. It is a little bit more complex than that. So the test that they give you is to see how well you understand the use of English. So knowing words is great. It's wonderful. But you must know how to use them. Mr. Duncan, no, you are not boring. You are no run-of-the-mill. I love that expression. If something is run-of-the-mill, it means it is very ordinary. It is something that is not special. So something that is run-of-the-mill, not special, not outstanding, average, something that's average. When you take an IELTS test for the first time, it must be like when you take a driving exam. It is difficult to get it for the first time. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, it is a little bit like learning to drive a car or learning to do anything, in fact. Think about maybe in the past when you have started a new job. When you've started doing a new job, at first it is difficult. There are so many things that you have to learn and remember. But then over time, it becomes easier and easier. I remember many times in my life where I've done things for the first time and I was hopeless, really. I was absolutely hopeless. So everyone has to learn. Everyone has to start. It is one of those strange rules of life. Pachu asks, oh, this is interesting, something about British culture. What are the popular magazines and newspapers in the UK? We have many newspapers. The most popular ones are the ones that we call tabloid. Tabloid newspapers tend to have big headlines. So tabloid relates to the way in which the stories are shown. They are shown in very large letters. Quite often the stories are very dramatic or very controversial. So tabloid newspapers, and we have quite a few of those here in the UK. We have tabloid newspapers such as The Sun. So The Sun is a newspaper. We also have the Daily Mirror and also the Star, although not many people take the Star very seriously. It is not a paper that's taken very seriously. But yes, there are many newspapers that are popular, although, having said that, not many people buy newspapers anymore. I think the readership of newspapers has actually dropped quite a lot over the years, mainly due to the internet, because people can get their news now from the internet very easily. So this is something that newspapers have been fighting for many years, the fact that people can get their news from so many different places. Nizam, if someone wants to speak English fluently, I can recommend listening to Mr. Duncan. And if someone wants to write correct and academic English, then they must first read a good English book. This is something I mentioned yesterday. So learning English is not just about remembering words. There are other things involved. Getting those words into here, and also getting them in here as well. Learning how to listen. So listening, speaking, writing, and of course reading. Let us not forget reading, because reading is very important. You definitely need the reading, definitely. I will keep an eye on the time, because I will have to go. A big bonjour from France. Hello Pierre. Bonjour Pierre. Je m'appelle Monsieur Duncan. Wonderful country, Myanmar. I love it, says Curry. Thank you very much. It is one of the countries that I've always been intrigued by. I've always been very intrigued by Asia and also South America, two parts of the world that I would like to visit one day, if I get the chance. I have been to Asia. I've been to Southeast Asia. I've been to Malaysia. So I've been to Southeast Asia. I've been to China, of course, because I lived there for many years. I am Potter. Hello, Potter. From India. Would you please tell me how to keep sang Freud? I don't know what sang Freud means. Maybe you mean confident. Would you please tell me how to keep confident while speaking to the audience? Well, there is actually a lesson on my YouTube channel all about giving speeches and how to speak to an audience. So one of the best ways to speak to an audience, first of all, is if you can choose your topic, then choose something you are interested in. So that will make it very easy. So if you talk about something that you are interested in, something that you have some knowledge of, first of all, that will make doing it very easy, much easier. And don't forget to write something down, of course, in case you forget. So always have notes nearby. If you are going to give a speech, always have notes nearby. And of course, never be afraid to practice in front of the mirror. Practice in front of the mirror, look at yourself, get used to the sound of your own voice, record your voice. Record your voice on your mobile phone and listen to it. So all of these things will help you to boost your confidence. Pierre, what are you drinking? Coffee or tea? I have just had a lovely cup of coffee. And as I said earlier, I make the best coffee in the world. I do. Maybe one day I will make one for you. But I do. I make the best coffee in the world. Kay. Hello, Kay. Hi, Mr. Duncan. How are you doing? I am not too bad. I wasn't feeling very well during the week. I was feeling a little unwell. I did explain yesterday what that was, but I won't tell you again today because maybe you are not interested. Hi, Mr. Duncan. I am pretty sure you are doing fine. Could you please explain for me what does closure mean? Especially if we talk about relationships. Closure. Now, closure is, again, something that happens quite a lot in life, especially when you want to forget something that has happened in the past that is troubling you. Closure means you bring maybe a situation or maybe a relationship to an end, but you do it in a very clean and tidy way. So if you end something, if you come to terms with the end of something, maybe a relationship, maybe you have been going steady with your lover for many years or many months or many weeks, and then suddenly one day your partner says, I'm sorry, I have to break this relationship up. And then, well, you might feel a little disappointed by it. You might feel very upset by it because the person has broken your heart. But you have to try and bring all of that to a very tidy, a very neat, a very structured ending. And that is what we call closure. So it is a way of getting over something by coming to terms with it. Sometimes you have to talk to the other person, so maybe you need to sit down with your ex-partner and talk about things. You need some sort of closure, some sort of resolution. I like that word. So if you bring something to a close, you have closure, you have some sort of resolution. It resolves. It resolves. The situation has been resolved. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be happy. So closure is just a way of ending something in a very clean and tidy way. And quite often, this particular thing is involved with relationships, especially when they break down. But I suppose you could also have closure after a person has died. So maybe someone in your life has passed away, and you have to have some sort of closure. You have to come to terms with it, because these sorts of things can stay in your brain for a long time, especially if you don't get over them. So if you don't get over something quickly, it can stay in your brain for many, many years. And eventually, it will cause lots of problems. So, yes, closure. Michael says, oh, there are some interesting subjects you can talk about, maybe depression or autism. Yes, I think these are two very interesting topics, because we do hear people talking about this a lot nowadays. People seem a lot more free and open when it comes to talking about mental health. And I think that's a good thing. It is. Part of curing yourself, maybe cure is the wrong word, but maybe helping yourself is to talk. And I think talking is one of the greatest ways of getting things out of your head and also out of your soul. So I think talking is a very good way of relieving your stress. Hi you, Hayu Hang. Hello, Hayu Hang. I think you are watching in Vietnam. Mr. Duncan, do you have a blog? Please, is it possible to outline your episodes? It isn't easy to find a particular lesson I previously watched. Thank you. Enaya. Yes, that is a very good idea. Now, a few years ago, I did have a blog. In fact, I have had blogs in the past. But normally, and this is something that has happened twice to me, I've actually created blogs, but then the site that I had the blog on went out of business. So that's one of the problems. Participles do not show tense. They come after the verb to make a tense. I have studied. Well, I'm not saying that participles do show tense, but I am saying that a past participle shows past tense. There is such a thing as a past participle. But thank you for telling me. Rosebush. Wow, it is so beautiful, your t-shirt. Thanks a lot. My pleasure. I will be going soon because it is now 1:45. I will be leaving soon to go into town. I'm just being nosy. Mr. Duncan, which is correct? I'm going up on stairs or I'm climbing up the stairs? You can actually say both, but you need to correct the first example. The first example is wrong. I am going upstairs, or I am going up some stairs. I'm going up some steps. I'm going up stairs. I'm going up some stairs. I'm going up some steps. Or you can say, I'm climbing up. I'm climbing up the stairs. I'm going up the stairs. I'm going to bed. I am going upstairs. I am going up the stairs. So one describes direction, you are going upstairs, and the other one describes the actual action itself. I'm going up the stairs. Mr. Duncan, you are my treasure. Your lessons have become part of my day. I really need to improve my English for my studying. And every lesson I get a lot of new information. And you are not boring at all. I'm very pleased to hear that. Although I think the YouTube algorithms think otherwise. I think maybe someone at YouTube has pressed the button that says, Mr. Duncan, boring, boring. Which isn't very nice, really, is it? Is that how you thank me for doing this for 13 years? In my opinion, says Lewis, the best newspaper in the UK is The Guardian. There is a little joke concerning the Guardian newspaper, and that is the fact that quite often they have spelling mistakes in their stories. Sometimes they get the words wrong, or maybe the spelling wrong, or maybe sometimes the sentences don't make sense because the person has started to edit what they wrote. And this is a problem when you write something. One of the most common problems when you write something on a computer is if you go back afterwards to edit, you have to make sure that you edit all of the words that you've replaced, because sometimes you can forget, and sometimes you leave words in the essay or in the document that shouldn't be there because you've edited it, but you forgot to take parts of it out. So yes, the Guardian newspaper is very well known for having spelling mistakes in its publications. Sergio says, as Dr. Fraser Crane used to say, hello, world. I'm listening. Connell, to speak English fluently, you have to memorize not single words, but sentences. At least 2 useful sentences every day. Yes, I think so, Connell. Try to learn at least 3 or 4 new words, and even better, try and learn those words by putting them into sentences. So this is something you have to work on every day. You can't do it just once a week. You can't just do it once a month. You have to make it a part of your life. Language is something you use all the time. So to learn it, you also have to use it all the time. Anna, I enjoy so much reading English books. It's a pleasure that improves my knowledge of the language. I love reading dictionaries. Even now, I've got this amazing dictionary in my studio, and it's huge. And sometimes I just love opening the dictionary, opening it, and going through, turning the pages slowly, and having a look. And sometimes you find interesting words in the dictionary, maybe words that you've never seen before. So even for me, as a person who has used English for over half a century, Lewis, The Bridge on the River Kwai. Oh yes, that's a famous book and also a film as well, with Alec Guinness. I won't tell you what happens at the end, but the ending is very dramatic. A very good movie. We will go up to date now, because I will be going soon. So now we are live on the live chat. We are now up to date. So if you want to say something, say it now. Palmyra says, I read the Daily Mail. Maybe it is a bit... Well, the Daily Mail is very sensationalist and also a little bit right-wing as well. That's all I'm saying. Now, that's not my own opinion, but that is the opinion of people who have an opinion about the Daily Mail. Did you know that the Daily Mail was a supporter of the Nazis? I'm not joking. I'm not joking. They were a big supporter of the Nazis, the Daily Mail. They used to write big articles in their newspapers saying how wonderful Hitler was, and also they were encouraging people in the UK to become Nazis. I'm not joking. That is actually a real thing. It happened. So yes, to say that the Daily Mail is slightly right-wing is an understatement. Hi, Mr. Duncan. How are you? Naruto. I'm okay. I'm not too bad. I sometimes miss your live streams, but the good thing is I can always watch it later. That is true. You can always view my live streams later. You can always look at them later. And, of course, there will be captions as well. If you are watching live, you can also have captions. It's amazing. I love technology so much. I really do. Hello, Sally. Nice to see you here. Better late than never. That's what I say. I will be going soon. Very soon, in fact, because I have to go into town. I have some chores that I have to do. I have to go and collect the bread from the local bakery because they always keep some nice bread. They always keep it back for us to pick up in the afternoon. So I have to do that. I have no choice. I have to go soon. Another minute or two and then I'm off. Oh, okay. Sally says I started watching Mind Your Language series 2 weeks ago, and I'm learning a lot of it, in addition to the fact that it is really hilarious. Well, I love Mind Your Language. I used to watch it when I was a child. So Mind Your Language, there are episodes available on YouTube, and some of them also have captions as well. So yes, mind your language. Sergio says, yes, this is true. I did know this. Did you know, Mr. Duncan, that the Nazi uniforms were created by Hugo Boss? Yes, I knew that. And this is something I always find amazing whenever you see Hugo Boss advertised on television. And I always think, they're the people that made Hitler's uniforms. And no one cares. Why isn't anyone protesting or making a fuss about it? And what about VW, Volkswagen? VW means the people's vehicles. And Hitler was a big fan of Volkswagen. In fact, the Volkswagen Beetle was designed by Hitler. What a crazy world we are living in. Isn't it crazy? So, yes. And also the Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes was Hitler's favourite car. He always drove around in Mercedes-Benz. Isn't it incredible? Incredible. What a strange world we live in. Sometimes we fuss about tiny things, and other times we ignore big things. Very strange world we live in. I am going in a moment. I also like reading the dictionary. You know the word which you start. You know the word with which you start, but you can't imagine the word that you end up with. Yes, I love looking in the dictionary. I love it. I love dictionary browsing. Browsing through a real dictionary. There is nothing like it. If you don't have a dictionary, then I suggest you get one, because they're great fun. You could spend hours and hours looking through a dictionary. I hope I haven't upset anyone by what I've just said. But these things are true. They're not made up. They are actual facts. So Rose Bush says, yes, I also like watching Mind Your Language. It is hilarious. Thank you very much to Corrie, who also watches Mind Your Language. Belarusia, parting is such sweet sorrow. Sergio, I'm not going to repeat what you wrote there. No, I'm not going to. Don't forget, tomorrow you have the puddle dance. Oh yes, tomorrow I am back. So don't forget, yes, I am back tomorrow. Don't forget, Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. I am back here on YouTube. And if you want to send a donation, or maybe follow me on Facebook, or send me an email, you are more than welcome to do so. Even if you just want to say hello, you are more than welcome. So no problems there. I'm going now. See you tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. Thank you so much, teacher. See you tomorrow. Thank you, T.S. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Palmyra. And yes, I will include the puddle dance tomorrow, because a lot of people want to see it. So I will show it tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m. UK time. This is Mr. Duncan in England saying thanks for watching. I'm going into town now to get some bread. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.